Welcome to this RSET online session. I am Dr. Ringu Jacob from the Department of Basic Sciences and Humanities, Rajagiri School of Engineering and Technology. The topic of my lecture for today is electromagnetic theory, and this is the first part of my lecture series on this topic. This topic is from first part of module 4 in engineering physics syllabus for first year engineering students of circuit branch as per the KTU syllabus 2019. These are the topics I plan to discuss in this session. These are some of the questions taken from the previous university question paper related to the topic electromagnetic theory. In vector calculus, divergence is a vector operator that operates on a vector field and gives the volume density of the outward flux of a vector field from the infinitesimal volume around a given point or source. For example, when air is heated in a region, it expands in all directions and thus the velocity field points outward from that point. Then divergence of velocity field at that point will be positive. Now when air is cooled in that region, it contracts in all directions and thus velocity field points inward in that region. Then divergence of velocity field at that point will be negative. Now we discuss about the divergence operator. To find the divergence of the vector field V in 3D space, the operator is del dot V. It is given as del dot V equal to dou by dou x I cap plus dou by dou y j cap plus dou by dou z k cap dot Vxi plus Vyj plus Vzk, where I, j and k are the unit vectors along the three axes of the Cartesian coordinate system. So now we check the value of divergence operator on the vector field, say vector V. First we take the case of field diverging out from a point. For example, we can assume the electric field diverging out from a positive charge. Here when we take the divergence of the field vector V, then the result will be greater than 0. Because when we take the divergence of the vector, we are asking whether the field is diverging out. In this case, the field is diverging out. So the answer is S, or we say it is positive. So divergence of the vector is positive or greater than 0. Now in the second case, we take the situation where the field lines are converging into a point. This is the opposite of divergence. As an example, we consider the case of electric field lines converging into a negative charge. So when we take the divergence of this field vector, we are asking whether the field is diverging. But here as the field is converging, the answer is negative or the field is not diverging. So here divergence of the vector is less than 0 or negative. Now we consider the third case where the field lines are parallel. Here as there is no divergence or convergence, the result of taking divergence of the field vector is 0. It means there is no divergence. In vector calculus, curl is a vector operator that describes infinitesimal rotation of a vector field in 3D Euclidean space. At every point in the field, it characterizes the rotation at that point. In other words, the curl operator acting on a vector field gives the result whether there is curling or rotation of that vector lines at that given point. For a demonstration, the wind velocity vector is shown in the map in yellow color vectors. So at some point, the velocity vector is curling or rotating. So to quantify this, we can make use of the curl operator that we will be discussing later. The direction of the curl is the axis of rotation and is determined by the right hand rule, and the magnitude of the curl is the magnitude of rotation. For example, if the vector field represents the flow velocity of moving fluid, then the curl is the circulation density of the fluid. To find the curl of a vector field, say vector V, in 3D Euclidean space, the operator is the cross product of del operator and the field vector. Here we write it as del cross V. The result can be found by using the determinant of the given matrix shown here. Here I, j and k are the unit vectors and Vx, Vy and Vz are the components of the field vector V, and dou by dou x, dou by dou y and dou by dou z are the partial derivatives that measures the variation in the velocity vector components along the three axes, that is x, y and z axis. So on taking the curl, we get the magnitude of the curl along the x-axis as dou Vz by dou y minus dou Vy by dou z into I cap. Now the magnitude of the curl along the y-axis as dou Vx by dou z minus dou Vz by dou x into j cap. And the magnitude of the curl along the z-axis as dou Vy by dou x minus dou Vx by dou y into k cap. To demonstrate the use of curl operator, let us first take a field vector V as shown in the figure. here the field lines are rotating about an axis perpendicular to the plane of the screen. So when we take the curl of this vector at any point, we get some non-zero value as the result. This is because the field is rotational. Next we consider the field vector that is parallel to each other as shown in the figure. Here if we take the curl of the field vector v, we get 0 because the field lines are not curling or rotating. Otherwise we call it as irrotational field. So taking curl of any field vector gives the information whether the field is rotational or irrotational. As an example to demonstrate the curl operator, we take the case of laminar or streamline flow. In the figure, the blue line with arrows indicate the velocity vector of the fluid that flows across an object. It can be seen that at a far distance from the object, the flow is streamlined. So there is no curling of the field vector. Here it is the velocity vector. So if we take the curl of the velocity vector in these regions shown, we get the result as 0. It indicates the velocity vector is irrotational. But if we take the velocity vector near to the surface of the object, we can see that it is curling around the surface of the object. So the curl of the velocity vector here will give a non-zero value, which indicates the velocity vector representing the flow of the fluid is rotational. Next we discuss about gradient. In vector calculus, gradient of a scalar valued differential function f of several variables is the vector field whose value at a point p is a vector. So if f is a scalar function, then the gradient of f is a vector. It is denoted by gradient f equal to dou by dou x into I cap plus dou by dou y into j cap plus dou by dou z into k cap acting on f. So when we open the brackets, we write gradient f equal to dou f by dou x I cap plus dou f by dou y j cap plus dou f by dou z k cap. The gradient can be interpreted as the direction and rate of fastest increase of a scalar function. For example, if at a point p, if the gradient of the function is not a zero vector, then direction of the gradient is the direction of fastest increase of the function p, and its magnitude is the rate of increase in that direction. Next we discuss about Gauss's divergence theorem. For that we take a region in space as shown in the figure to the right. Here V is the volume and S is the total surface area that covers this volume. The statement of the divergence theorem is that the outward flux of a vector field through a closed surface is equal to the volume integral of the divergence over the region inside the flux. That is volume integral del dot f into dv equal to surface integral over the closed surface f dot ds. The left side is a volume integral over the volume v. Right side is the surface integral over the boundary of the volume. This theorem actually proves that the outward flux from this region can be calculated by using two methods. One is by taking a closed surface S which covers the boundary of this volume. Then divide this entire surface into small surfaces, each with area ds, and measure the flux that passes through each of these small surfaces. Then integrate all the fluxes over the entire surface to get the total flux passing through this surface, which is written on the arches of this equation. The second method is that you divide the entire region into small regions, each with a volume dv. Now take the divergence of the field from each small volume. Then sum up. Here we integrate the divergence of the field from each small volume. The measured flux by two methods will be equal as per the Gauss's divergence theorem. Now we discuss about Stokes' theorem. The statement of the theorem is that if S be an oriented smooth surface bounded by a simple closed and smooth boundary curve C with positive orientation, and let F be a vector field whose components have continuous partial derivatives on open region that contains the surface S, then the closed integral f dot dr equal to surface integral curl of f dot ds. This is the end of this session. Thank you for watching this RSET online video session on the topic electromagnetic theory. For more lectures, please visit the link shown below.